How do you make time? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. You're a high achiever. When you're given a work deadline, you get things done. You work hard, but you're exhausted at the end of the day. Work for you doesn't end at 5 p.m. You've got client meetings or impending deadlines that require overtime. You may even have a family depending on you to make dinner, deal with kids' schoolwork, do the laundry, grocery shopping, all of that stuff at home. And it's exhausting and it leaves little time for you. Sometimes when we think about setting our career goals, even the thought of setting them and getting yourself out of that work rut that you're in is just too tiring to even contemplate. I've been there too, trying to make time. And today I'm going to share my own story about how I figured this out, but more importantly, 5 takeaways that you can do immediately if you need to make time in your day so you can get your most important work done. Before I share those things, I want to invite you to grab a free copy of my 2-hour career visioning plan, which is in the link below this video. The first step in making more time in your day isn't actually to be more productive. It's to know what you want so that you have your priorities straight. Those priorities guide what you will say yes and no to in your career and life, and are a compass for every decision you will make. This document will walk you step by step through establishing your career vision. So if you're struggling to figure out where you want to go in your career so that you can even begin to set goals, you'll want to grab yours now. Here's the story of how I learned the tips I'm about to share the hard way and have been able to apply them to myself and help coach others on them ever since. So, as you know, being an engineer, being a technical woman, often our jobs are not 40-hour work weeks. They're often 50, 60, 70, 80 hours with lots of deadlines, a good bit of overtime. And that's just how it goes. So I had one of these times in my own career. And during that time, I was the primary client contact for a major project. What that meant was that it was hard to turn work off. I would get the occasional call on a weekend to come look at something on site, fix a problem, those sorts of things. During this time, add on to this that I'm also a mom to 3 kids, the youngest of which was 1.5 at the time and wasn't sleeping through the night. So I'm working a lot. I'm in a dual professional household, so my husband is also working a lot. We have 3 little kids, and I decided that when I was thinking about what was next for me and my own career, I wanted to write a book. The problem was, when I initially looked at my schedule, there was no time. There was no way to write a book, to give the time it would be necessary to take on such a major project. And so that's what caused me to start looking very, very critically at all the things I was doing, all the things that I had said yes to over the years, all the things that I had accumulated into my schedule that didn't serve me. And when I started doing that, I made some changes, and I have made more changes over the years. But doing these things, so doing these 5 things I'm about to share with you, are the changes I have made boiled down to the bare minimum things that if you do them, if you're having trouble finding time to get your most important stuff done, if you do them, you will immediately get more time in your workday, you will get more time in your life so that you can go after those big goals of yours. Here are my 5 biggest takeaways that will help you find time. First is to think priority management instead of time management. I learned when I looked at my already packed schedule that I was really good at getting a whole host of to-do list items done. However, as I mentioned, there are only 24 hours in the day, and that didn't change because I was writing a book or one of my kids got sick and was up all night in addition to the 1.5-year-old who wasn't sleeping through the night all the time. what I came to realize is that I had trouble accepting the fact that there was always going to be more work. You were never going to get work completely done. And I see this with other engineers, other technical women all the time, that we're convinced that if we just cram a little bit more work into every waking hour of the day, that we will get everything done on our lists. So let me emphasize, if you are an ambitious person, which I believe you are, you will always have more to do than you can reasonably get done in a workday. That is the curse of the high achiever. And it's something we all have struggled with. But once you accept that fact, accept that there's always going to be more work to be done, that makes you look at your time management, priority management challenge a bit differently. Because what you realize is when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. And when you add that to the mix of, a lot of technical women I know are literally badass at getting things done. They have to be that way to be successful in a male-dominated industry. But what happens is we start saying yes to every single thing. We become the go-to person. We feel bad saying no. And now all of a sudden we find ourselves sucked into projects that we really didn't want to work on, but we didn't feel like we could say no, or we didn't have the tools to be able to set the boundaries to say no. When you say yes to everything, that's a priority management problem. Because when we do that, what we're doing is we're saying yes to things like people pleasing and no to things like going after setting and doing our own goals, and they'll never get done. Remember, like I said, it is a fact that there will always be more work to be done. The question is, are you going to work on work that matters to you? And if you are, how can you prioritize the rest or let things go that don't even need to be done? What that means practically is that for me, I'm focusing on my high priority work at the times of the day when I am most sharp. For me, that's first thing in the morning. It might be different for you. And so how I do that is I make every reasonable attempt possible to block out that first hour of the day. I'm not checking email. I'm not going to meetings unless they're, something mandatory. I am working on my highest priority goal for the day. If it's at work, I'm doing it at work. If it's personal and I need to get up early, so be it. If achieving that goal is important to you, make the time to do it. And get in the habit of saying no to other things that you don't want to do, but you may just be feeling guilty about saying no to. That brings me to the second way to find time, which is to delegate and say no more than you feel comfortable doing. As women, we are more likely to be asked to do a whole host of things, both at work and at home. We're more likely to be asked to do what's called non-promotable work, and we're more likely to be asked to do that by both men and other women. We're more likely to be doing a double shift at home with childcare and family stuff and groceries and meal prep. And then we've also been conditioned to say yes, probably since we were a little kid. The thing here is to stop and reevaluate. There are things you are doing that you don't need to do, that you are doing out of habit and not because they actually serve you and your goals and your purpose. There are higher and better uses for your time, and you want to make sure that you're actually working on your most important stuff instead of all the busy work that has crept in over the years. As you think about that, what you want to think about with your tasks is that what is the opportunity cost if I do this? So if I spend, 2 or 3 hours going to the grocery store tonight instead of ordering groceries, even though there is a small additional cost associated with that in terms of money, what am I losing in terms of the time? So let me give you a couple examples from home about this, and then I'll give you a couple examples from work about this. So first, at home, 2 videos ago, I shared the example of I used to go to the grocery store, and now I order groceries, which gains me 2 to 3 hours at a minimum back in the week. Other things that we do, and remember, I have a professional spouse who's also very busy, and we have 3 young children at home. So we do things like rotate who is cooking and doing the dishes, cooking in bulk so that about half of our meals are leftovers. We enlist the kids to help with laundry and chores. Now, those were some home examples. You may be thinking, well, what about work? Work might be harder. But what I've found is that there are similar types of busy work that you're saying yes to that are stopping you from getting ahead. Things like note-taking, party planning, helping others with their emotional burdens and conflict management, particularly if you are not a manager and that's not part of your job. Look at what you're doing day to day. What tasks are you doing that are never going to contribute to you getting that promotion, to you moving to the next level? What do you need to say no to so that you have more time for your priorities? And if you have things on your list that really need to get done, are you always the best person to do those particular tasks? One example I can think of right off the top of my head is things like formatting specifications. As a civil structural engineer, every project we had to write specifications. And sure, often, if you didn't have a person designated to do the specifications, you needed to go in and create the content, edit them to the technical specifications you needed. But you didn't necessarily need to go in and edit them and format them and make sure they matched whatever the client needs were for the formatting on the project. Yet, I found myself for many, many years just going ahead and doing it. I figured, oh, it's only an hour here or there. The challenge is that time adds up. And when one day I approached one of the administrative assistants and I asked them, hey, I need some help with formatting these specifications. Can you help me? It was an instant, yes, sure, I'm happy to help. And I immediately captured that time back into my day so that I could work on other things. Every technical woman I've talked to has things like that they're doing. Sometimes because we think we're the best person to do it. Sometimes because we think we can just do it faster than it would take to explain it to someone else. But often we should and can be delegating more than we do. The first time you try and delegate, when you start saying no, it'll be uncomfortable at first. Some people will be taken aback that some of the things you've always said yes to, that you're now saying no to. Stand your ground and politely but firmly say, I would love to help out, but I have other priorities right now, and I think maybe so-and-so would be better for this. Or maybe, this is really important. Let's talk about where it falls in the priority of things that need to be done in the office. The empowerment you will feel at having more control over your schedule and being able to make more significant progress on your most important work is well worth being uncomfortable and saying no and delegating more. The third thing that you need to do to buy time is to make sure you have buy-in for those who are supporting you. When I decided to write She Engineers, I knew I had to gain buy-in from my family specifically because I knew it would have to be written on evenings and weekends and early mornings, and I would need some additional support at home. So what I did was I sat down with my family and said, here's what I want to do, here's what this means to you, and here's what this means to you when we're done, when I get this book published. Doing that, focusing on it from their point of view and how is this going to benefit them when they're done, did things like encouraged my husband to take the kids to the park for a day so that I could sit and focus on writing. It cut down on interruptions on weekends because the kids knew this was a short-term project. It wasn't going to go on forever. And when they had my attention, it was very focused and 100% on them. Similarly, when you have professional work goals, make sure other people know about them. Let's say that you wanted to go to a conference virtually or in person, but this year the budget's been cut and no one's going to any conferences. Don't just let that go if that's something you really want to do. Talk to your manager about, hey, I'd really love to go to this. Is there a way we can make this happen? What can I do? You can make suggestions like, okay, I'm going to attend this and then I'm going to present a lunch and learn or something like that, record a video about what I learned so that other people in the office can learn too. Where you have people helping you, there is a way to move forward with your goals faster, more efficiently, and with a lot more ease than it would be if you tried to go it alone. So make sure that whatever your goal is, that you've talked to other people about it and got their buy-in when you needed it. The fourth way to make time is to schedule everything on your calendar and to stick to it. I've talked to a lot of engineers who are like, I've scheduled things on my calendar, but I don't stick to it. And that can be a challenge. One of the tricks I use is to use my phone to set a timer. And I do that in 2-hour blocks at the most, 30-minute blocks at the shortest. And what I do is I look and I say, okay, I got 2 hours to get this done. And somehow, much of the time, it magically gets done in 2 hours, even if it took 4 hours previously. This is the power of setting those time blocks on your calendar and being focused only on that task and not checking email or answering phone calls or doing any of those other things that can interrupt and shred your focus during the day during that time. So set those time blocks on your calendar for when you're going to get your most important work done, and keep that meeting with yourself the same way you would if a high-ranking manager or your boss said this was a non-negotiable meeting you have to make. The final thing to do if you find yourself just overwhelmed, too much to do, not enough hours in the day, is to practice self-compassion. The biggest issue I have seen with myself and other high achievers isn't that we don't know how to set goals. We're really good at setting goals. We're really good at getting things done. But there is this tendency to beat yourself up when things don't go your way. So a project's delayed, a client takes too long to make a decision, and now you're scrambling all around, and then you don't meet your goals as quickly as you were expecting. That habit of beating yourself up can completely derail you and drain your self-esteem and your confidence. Instead, when something goes wrong, and notice that I just said when, not if, practice self-compassion. Think of it not as a setback, but a learning experience. And in learning experiences, there's always something you can do to move forward in a productive way. Your career is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't deplete your confidence and limited energy by wasting it beating yourself up. Instead, refocus and pivot like the leader I know you can be. To recap, here are the 5 things to do if you're struggling to make time for your goals. Now, I want to know from you, which of these tips are you going to implement today? What are you going to say no to? Who do you need to gain buy-in from? Let me know in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to grab your free copy of my 2-hour career visioning plan, which you can see via the link below this video. Being productive on the right things is what's important, so use this guide to help you figure out where you want to go next so that you know your priorities and can make sure you're filling your time with fulfilling work that matters to you. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to learn more practical tools, tips, and strategies to find your voice, engineer a career on your terms, and make your mark on the world, make sure to subscribe to our channel.